Hey everybody, this video is part of our full-length The Onside Kick podcast. You can find that on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes. You can pretty much find it anywhere, so we don't care where you listen. Just stick around and check it out.
We're going to move on into kind of the last two topics, kind of into one but split up. The playoffs. Playoffs start this week. We've got the Raiders playing the Texans. We've got the Lions going to go up against the Seahawks, Dolphins, Steelers, Giants, Packers. This, to me, is a playoff to where it's going to be interesting. And to me, the two most interesting games happen on Sunday. Dolphins, Steelers, because what do you expect from the Dolphins? And Giants, Packers. And I want to focus in on that Giant-Packer game. Because, Mark, I'm going to say it right here on the record. Whoever wins this game is going to win the Super Bowl. This is for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is really January 8th at about 3:40 Central Time.
Yeah, not quite. I'm not going to agree with you there. I think this will be a good matchup, and I think these two teams do have all the momentum in the world. And without a doubt have the most momentum. The issues that I have with both teams is both teams are incomplete teams that are really just riding success at the moment. For the New York Giants, they're riding the success of that defense. That defense is awesome. They are great. But the offense is missing something, which surprises everybody because you get the offensive coordinator, McAdoo, you promote him up, and he's your head coach now. And everyone expected that Eli was just going to light it up. And he threw, 4,000 some yards. So he's definitely lighting it up, but not quite the same way as he did while he was the offensive coordinator. So we all expected that. For the Green Bay Packers, yes, sure, the defense has been stepping up a little bit. But really, I mean, they held the Eagles to 13. They held the Texans to 13, held the Seahawks somehow to 10. But then Bears put up 27 on them. The Chicago Bears, guys. The Chicago Bears with Matt Barkley put up 27 points on the Packers. The Vikings put up 25 points against the Packers.
And that's without an offensive line.
The Lions put up 24. Now, the Lions, to me, isn't as impressive because a lot of that came in the fourth quarter. But still, this defense of the Packers...
The Bears team
not
was...
good.
And Mike Rankin had said this. That Bears team was 3 turnovers of 17 unanswered points away from winning that game.
Yeah.
Those turnovers don't happen. The Bears win that game.
Sure. But...
Mark's I'm looking at 3rd overall, baby.
Yeah, I'm happy about 3rd overall, man. You got to check out my mock draft on mostvaluablepodcast.com, and you'll see how happy I am about 3rd overall.
By the time this video is up, they will be able to check that out. So look at it in the description.
And you can see what missing piece I think that will be added to the New York Giants. But anyways, these two teams would be perfect if you threw them together. If you took the defense of the Giants and the offense of the Packers, they are a perfect team. I think these teams will give us a great, fun matchup. And, if we got to pick somebody, it's going to be the Green Bay Packers to win this one, unfortunately. But they are riding too much on Aaron Rodgers. And I think the defense will disappoint the Packers when they have to go against the Falcons, when they have to go against a powerful offense.
And that's my thing. The thing that is easier to fix at this point in the season is the offense. Usually what they say of defense wins championships is usually true unless it's Tom Brady, except when Tom Brady plays the Giants. That's how it goes. And to me, I'll be honest. I'll give you it right now. No spoiler. Well, actually, spoiler because
Huge
I'm not waiting until the end.
Yep.
I got the Giants winning this game.
Which means they win the Super Bowl.
I'm high on the Giants because this is a game to where, yes, the offense, I give it to the side of the Packers right now. Like this game... When we were going through, and at this time you guys can see it on my Twitter, I was going back and forth trying to decide this game because it was basically who is going to win this game because the Lions aren't beating the Seahawks. So basically whoever wins this game is going into Dallas. And I think both of these teams could beat the Cowboys. I think for the Packers it would be revenge. The Giants, they've done it twice.
Yep, I agree.
And this team, I think, could also go into a Seattle. Well, Green Bay would host Seattle. I think the Giants could go into a Seattle and win. And I think either of these teams...
they wouldn't host Seattle. Seattle's the 3rd seed.
Then both of them would go into Seattle.
Yep.
Either way, both of them could beat Seattle. Both of them could go into Atlanta and win.
Nope. Disagree
That's why I think that these two teams, whoever wins this game, to me, is going to make the run to the Super Bowl. The Packers, more so they've already run the table. They've been running the table since they've had 4 wins. Now they just got to continue it. The Giants, to me, that defense is starting to catch that stride at the right part of this season. Eli's going to get the mojo going. The playoffs are going to start. Eli's going to have Eli moments, and this team will be in the Super Bowl.
My problem for the Giants is, against the Cowboys, they can only put up 10 points, only 17 against the Lions.
That's the thing. If the defense can keep teams off the board, the offense doesn't have to put up a lot of points.
I just think that Eli will mess something up. In those last 4, actually in the last 5 games of the season for them, they only went over 20 points once. That is bad when you're going up against Matt Ryan eventually, if you have to do that. Russell Wilson, if you have to do that. Aaron Rodgers, if you have to do that.
But if you can keep those, you kept Dak Prescott and that offense with Ezekiel Elliott that everyone was so high on, you kept them to only a touchdown. The Lions, who everyone's all crazy about Matthew Stafford and his fourth quarter comebacks, only kept them to 6 points. The Eagle game, Carson Wentz had a game. He had a slip up. But then Kirk Cousins, this guy who everyone's always going to drive him to the playoffs, he's playing for a big contract, only got him to 10 points.
Yep.
This defense, in order for the Giants to win,
they have to be what leads them there. They need to drag Eli Manning into the playoffs.
And that is what I am going on. Let's put it this way. They need to be 2007 Chicago Bears defense good.
Yeah.
And Eli can be miles ahead of Rex Grossman on a bad day. So I'm giving that. If that Bears team could make the playoffs, could make the Super Bowl, this Giants team could make the Super Bowl.
Oh, I think it's not a bad point. I definitely don't think it's a bad point. I just think that Eli Manning will let the team down, and Aaron Rodgers has played good defenses in the past. He has beat good defense. He has beaten this good defense this year. He's already beaten the Giants once. Yeah, week, what was that, like 4? So it was early, and they weren't on this hot roll that they were on.
5th game into the season.
But it's, I think Aaron Rodgers can do it. The problem is just I don't know how long you can rely on Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not guaranteeing that the Packers are going to win this game. I mean, this is very close to a coin flip here. But it's just that I don't think that they can ride Aaron Rodgers the whole time. Just like I think Eli will not. Well, I should say Eli will let his team down eventually in the playoffs.
See, but I look at that game like the big thing. Aaron Rodgers was the one that threw. Like Eli didn't have. Eli, the only thing he didn't do was he only threw 1 touchdown. He didn't have an interception. I mean, yeah, he got sacked 3 times.
Still let your team down, though.
But I look at Aaron Rodgers, and he threw 2 picks in that game. Yeah, he threw 2 touchdowns, but he threw 2 picks. I think that this game is going to come down to the Giants are going to win the turnover battle. Can they capitalize off of those turnovers?
And that's what I'm saying, though. If Eli Manning can't do that, and they don't have their, the best running back they possibly can to help out here, then it's not going to do anything.
And this is not going to be a blowout by any standards. This could be, and I'm glad this is the Sunday night game. This is going to be the best. Well, people are probably like, Ricky, don't make exclamations you can't live up to. I said that the Fiesta Bowl between Clemson and Ohio State was going to be the best bowl game that we see this year.
If you're a huge Clemson fan, it was the best bowl game.
It wasn't that good of a bowl game. I am going to say, though, with confidence that this is going to be the most exciting playoff game of the weekend.
I think it'll definitely be fun.
Going to be the closest, going to come down to the last second possibly.
But really, let's look at what the competition is for the weekend, this weekend's games.
The Seahawks are going to blow out the Lions.
I don't necessarily know it'll be a blowout, but it's not going to be that close. It's not going to be pretty.
The Dolphins could give the Steelers a run for their money, and everyone's going to look at Houston and go, yeah, how's that contract coming, Brock?
He's
getting paid. He don't care.
I mean, I have, not to go to full spoilers, I do have Oakland winning that game, but that game's going to be a struggle to watch for most people, I think.
Struggle to watch.
The Texans have a great defense. They really do.
Some in the comment section would even say the number 1 defense.
Some would say. And, the thing about Oakland is just, they got the good running game. Their amazing pass game is gone now. So people wanted to say McGloin could sling it, but McGloin didn't sling it. He got hurt instead.
No. Yeah. And that's the thing, that this Giants-Packers game is going to be, to me, the best game of the weekend. And, of course, it's going to be that Giant defense against the Packer offense. And it's really going to be, on the other side, which steps up more, this Packer defense or the Giant offense? And in that case, I am giving the advantage slightly to Eli in an Eli moment. And the Giants win this game and will go on to play Dallas, because I do not think the Lions will win against the Seahawks. But anything that you have to say about this game, Giants-Packers?
All I want to say is, you guys might have seen it on Most Valuable Pod, the Twitter, that the odds of the Giants winning the Super Bowl, 18-1. Just putting it out there. Perfect season. 3 lies coming.
And really, ESPN had one that the best odds, I believe, to make the play or to make the Super Bowl and win it are the Packers, and the most money right now is being put on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. So if you're looking at Vegas, but let us know down below what you guys think of this matchup. Who's going to win? What's going to be the key factors? And is this going to be the best wild card game of the weekend?
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And don't worry, there is plenty more where that came from. You guys can check it out right over here. Click that video, start watching it, and just stick around on Most Valuable Podcasts.